let's just rename this from location API URL into our, because this is for hourly forecast URL. So we have a clean reference what this URL is for. And then I'm gonna use my Alamo Fire. I'm going to send a request, and the URL of our request is going to be our hourly forecast URL, and we're going to say request JSON with completion handler here. And my completion handler, I'm going to hit enter on it and call this response. Right, so once we get our response from our Alamo Fire, we're going to again check if we have the result. So we say let result is equals to our response dot result. And then if our result was successful, and we can proceed with our weather here. Otherwise, I'm going to say else. I'm going to say print, and let's say no forecast data. All right. So if we have a successful result, and remember we are going to get a different result here, because previously for our current weather we had only one object in our JSON tree, and right now we're going to get more, because we're going to get one result for every hour. And since we're downloading for 24 hour, which actually I forgot to set, so let's do it. After the country, I need to put and we need to specify that we want hours is equals to 24, and after that goes and key, because if we don't specify, I think this by default is 48 hours. So because we want for one day only, we specify the number of hours we want. So we will receive 24 results from our JSON, from our URL, and our JSON will have 24 results, unlike our current weather, which had only one result there. So let's actually print our forecast here, our result, once we get it. But before we can actually work with it, we need to call this function here. So I'm going to jump to my view controller, and let's just get rid of this part. We're not gonna need it, and this one as well. And what I need here is a hourly forecast, and we can download daily forecast. All right, and here let's say print, and let's see what we have here. Print, I'm going to say result is, and let's print out result dot value, and let's run our application to see what we are going to get here. Okay, let's open this up bigger, and you can see how long is our result here that we are receiving. And let's start from top. It says result is, and it goes, and it's an optional here, so we need to unwrap this. So we have the name, we have the country, and then it starts our data. So our data is, you can see here, 1 day, 1 hour here actually. Then it goes the second hour. I can highlight it by double clicking on it, and it goes all the way until we get all 24 hours. So what we want to do as you can see, the keys are almost the same, but we are interested only in 3 keys because we need to set 3 data here. So what we want to do is, for every result that we receive from our URL, from our API call, we want to create a hourly forecast. So we need an initializer in our hourly forecast so that we can pass our dictionary, which is our JSON code, is a dictionary. So we can give this JSON result for every hour to our initializer, and it will create a hourly forecast class object for us. So in order to be able to do that, we need to have a initializer function here. So before I call my class download daily forecast weather, I'm going to say init, and this is my init function, but it's not going to be standard init because we are going to provide it with a dictionary. So let's give this weather dictionary, and this is going to be a dictionary which is going to hold string as key and any object as value. Right, so whenever our initializer is called and it receives this dictionary here, we're going to use this in order to set our three variables there. So I'm gonna take this dictionary and create a because this is a JSON, we're gonna create a dictionary. So we say let JSON is equals, and we are using a Swifty JSON here again as we did previously. JSON. I'm gonna pass here my data, which is my weather dictionary. And once we have our JSON file, the rest is quite familiar from here. So we did this part here, but instead of getting the result, because we are passing straight our dictionaries, we have to do only this part here. So we get our keys and we set our variables. So let's say self dot, and we say underscore temp is equals, and I'm going to access my file here, my JSON there. So we say JSON, the small one, don't take the capital one. And then let's actually look into our keys here. So let's go the first one, and this is our JSON code here. So I need the temperature. So if I scroll down, we can find the temp key is equals to 11. So this is what I need, the key temp. And then it's gonna be a double value. So we can say double. I will say self dot underscore date, and again we're going to access our JSON. But remember, whatever our API is returning is actually a timestamp with our Unix format. So we have this nice function here, current date from Unix. We can use this. So we say current date from Unix, and then I can access my JSON. And the key I'm looking for is the timestamp TS as previously. So let's look for it. Where is it? It's here, TS. So it's not changed. So it's just TS. I need to specify that this is gonna be a double. And we need to unwrap this because it's an optional value. And the last thing we are going to say self underscore weather icon is equals, again we access our JSON. We need the key because our weather is actually inside a smaller dictionary, weather icon. So first we need to access the weather key here. So I can copy and set it here. Then I need to access the icon in my dictionary. So I put another square brackets and set my key here. And finally we need to say this is a string value. And that's it. Our initializer is ready. So now we can use this in our code. And let's see how we're going to use this. Instead of printing my result here, for every result we are going to do that. So what I'm going to do is to take my to create a dictionary from our result value, because you can see here we are printing our result value, which is all the results. So we need to create a variable here